They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't.
The next aspect of the deportation story that we're covering is Selena Gomez, I believe former,
She was a Disney star.
She's a Disney star, pop star.
She's on Only Murders in the Building and Hulu.
Why do you know so much about Selena Gomez? There's a 30-year-old man behind that curtain going, Selena Gomez. Now what was the last bit? You said she's got a show on Hulu.
She's on Only Murders in the Building with Martin Short and...
Only Murders in the Building. That's Isaac. How old are you? 27-year-old man.
That's his wallpaper on his phone.
It's his wallpaper on his phone. It's none of your business what Selena Gomez is doing. You're married to Jessica. Your son is Leon. Selena Gomez is none of anyone's business. That's the question. What's the point of celebrities now? Now that we're starting to derive morality once again from let's face it, some force majeure from some trusted place, what do we need celebrities for? And I say that as a former celebrity myself, who's literally opining, ironically, while saying, is it time for celebrity opinion to cease? And why has Selena Gomez endured so much ire for this sentimental post as a sort of, I think she's of Mexican descent, around the deportation issue? And perhaps more importantly still, why does Isaac, a 27-year-old man, have Selena Gomez as his wallpaper, and why does he know her whole resume and got links for her project?
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Well, I don't know. Does the internet want that anymore? Is that any different, really, than when I recently went to a church with Tullian, who's one of Billy Graham's grandchildren? I spoke at his church in Jupiter. Do you know the name of his church, Jake? I'm speaking there again soon, as well as... I've got an event at Mar-a-Lago. I'm doing an event at Mar-a-Lago. Can you believe it? Come to that if you want. We should post a link for that in the description, guys. I'm doing an event at Mar-a-Lago. I can't believe it. I mean, life's unusual. Is her crying like that, in essence, really no different than when I sort of talked about sex workers and how I feel about sort of having participated in prostitution by having at points when I was younger and slightly more chaotic, having paid for sex? And I've sort of felt emotional. I suppose what it was, how is it different? I didn't expect I was going to be getting emotional because I was having a general conversation on a stage, a place of performance. I suppose, yeah, when we see deliberately, because is she on her own in a room sort of crying? Now, she's allowed to have an authentic reaction, isn't she? Like, to that subject. No, what she's doing is she's having a personal experience, and none of us now know what the boundaries are for social media and what you're supposed to be expressing on there, because you're rewarded for extreme behaviour. You're rewarded for extreme sexual behaviour, anger, conflict, and extreme emotional behaviour. Lily Phillips, who's coming on our show soon, was walking around in a post with literal human effluvia on her face. That's one of the things I'm going to be talking to about, is what is happening to our morality, what's happening to our essence. Do you think it's appropriate? Let me know in the comments and chat for Selena Gomez to express herself. Why shouldn't she, in a way? She's got a different experience of migration to many of us. Is it that you're questioning the legitimacy of her emotions? You think it's performative? Is that what people's objection is? I'd love to know what you all think. Anyway, when it comes to the actual facts of the matter, in a somewhat of a Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings way, is Trump any more martial and extreme on the issue of deportation and illegal, the deportation of illegal people, I suppose this refers to, than anyone else? Bill Clinton, during Clinton's presidency between 1993 and 2001, approximately 870,000 people were deported. During Bush, 2 million, loads. Barack Obama, even more, 3.2 million. And he got the nickname, look, deporter-in-chief. Trump, around 1 million during his first term. So in a way, not spectacularly different. So does this make you think that we approach deportations differently, that there's not an objective thing called deportation and then we respond to it? Do you think that deportation under Clinton was regarded in one way and was subsequently reviewed, at least in terms of its interpretation, in successive administrations. And now, because there's such a desire to condemn Trump around these issues, it's reported on in a particular way? Or do you think that Trump has always been explicit that he was going to deport folk and now he's deporting them? Or do you believe we need a radically different perspective when it comes to the subject of deportation? Secondarily, let me know in the comments what you think about Selena Gomez's emotional perspective. But while we think about that, let's have a look at Hillary Clinton talking about illegal immigrants in 2008. If you're watching us on X, we'll be with you for a few more minutes. Same on YouTube. We do our whole show over on Rumble as well as on Locals. If you haven't got Rumble Premium yet, consider getting Rumble Premium now. You get additional content from us and an ad-free experience over here on Rumble. Have a look at Hillary Clinton right now talking about deportation or illegal immigration, at least, way back in 2008. Now, it's not that long ago. I know it's nearly 20 years, I suppose, but just try to note, are there any permanent states, any permanent views, any permanent positions? Or do politicians expediently alloy themselves to any passing trend or convenience in order to pursue power and influence? Let me know.
Are law-abiding? We should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
So there you go. I mean, what do you think about her body language and stuff, by the way? I think you could have freeze-framed her into a few Nazi salutes across all of that. And do you see that there's some sort of continuum? Is there something similar about her and Ellen? And what's going on with the adrenochrome? What is adrenochrome? Do you take it that far, guys? Do you think that there is actual occultism going on, or just frazzle drap and those kind of things? How do you feel about that stuff? Do you think that there's a sort of a deep truth when it comes to those rather more harsh yet esoteric conspiracy theories? Or do you think that in an attempt to sort of frame what we kind of vaguely regard as evil, we look for Pizzagate, frazzle drap, or whatever that thing is that sort of suggests that the most brutal practices go on in the circles of elite power? Do you think that that's an attempt to narrativize or understand or symbolize their evil? Or do you think that stuff's true? The war against free speech is in full swing. We are the vanguard, bravely fighting back. Rumble's the home of this channel, Stay Free, and a leader in defending the fundamental human right of free speech. They've joined X to sue a cartel of advertisers and ad agencies who conspire to block ad revenue from going to the platforms. Recently, they've launched Rumble Premium. This, I think, is going to be a game changer for all of us. It's an ad-free viewing experience with great perks for viewers and creators. Rumble Premium will give you the ability to dive into your favorite content on your mobile or desktop or smart TV and savor every uninterrupted second of my content. Why don't you upgrade to Rumble Premium today? Support my free speech and the free speech of other content creators on this platform. Please go to Rumble now, rumble.com/premium. And if you use the code BRAND, you'll save $10 and Rumble will be aware that our stream is creating great converts. So that's rumble.com/premium and do use the code BRAND to save $10. Anyway, there's a link there at the bottom of the screen now. We're posting it in the chat. Join up. Barack Obama said in 2014 that if you commit crimes in America, you'll be deported. So is even Trump's new pledge that criminals or repeat offenders, recidivists, will be deported, is that particularly novel or extreme, or is it something that's been around for a while?
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported.
As simple as that. There's Barack Obama saying it in 2014. Now, I mention this really for two reasons. One, people that condemn Trump's position as particularly draconian are negating two things. One, that he's just been elected on a heavy mandate, and two, that people like Barack Obama are saying it. And also, like we're saying it in 2014, 11 years ago, making very similar claims. And the other thing I want to say is this: if you're particularly celebrating the fact that this is happening, it's not all that different either. So there's no point in being extreme or excited by any political movement, really. It's only about the organisation of resources. We're meant to be on a spiritual quest, trying to attain connection to the limitless light of the Lord, that we may experience eternal life together by becoming like him. We're not meant to be quarrelling and quibbling over which political party is slightly better and allowing them to be vehicles for our highest spiritual requirements. They're not capable of that, and they're not there for that. They're not there for that.
If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
He's actually making that point in it. I bet what some of you lot are saying, I can't see them yet because the comments are coming so fast. Let me know on the comments on X and on YouTube and on Rumble and on Locals. I bet what some of you are saying is, no, Obama just said stuff like that to mask the fact that they were allowing mass migration, so fighting age males were filling up our nations and our cities, because I know these narratives exist outside of America, although we're specifically discussing it within America right now, in order to destabilise populations and to create the kind of dystopic tension required to inaugur globalism. Globalism is the trend towards a new world order and one centralised global government that's not controlled by any sovereign nation and therefore not reachable by democracy, but where a set of elites, according to conspiracy theorists like Soros or Bill Gates, maybe on the right people would say right-wing ones like Elon Musk. I don't know the absolute details of the subsets and sectarianism within conspiracy theories, but the general idea is that globalism will afford maximal power. I reckon what we'll see now with resurgent nationalism is an attempt to reach those same globalist aims while appeasing people on the level of nationalism. So people feel like, see, our nationalism's being fulfilled. Meanwhile, nefarious forces are still able to create bureaucracies that maneuver the powers of dominion and information in ways that are expedient to their consistent intention, which has always been total control and to create a simulacrum and facsimile of God's pure world. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat? I recognise my views are not everyone's, but somehow together, and I would say the way to do this would be move the levers of power as close as possible to the people that are affected by them, i.e. decentralised power wherever possible, so each of us may live in our own garden filled with luminosity and alignment with Him, the highest principle. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.